before Battlefront 2 came out in 2017, I was like all Star Wars fans, who played games more than fuckboys play on Tinder. I was excited, I was binging the Clone Wars, I was playing Battlefront 1 from 2015, and I even read the tie-in Battlefront 2 novel, which I found was pretty good. When it released, it was pretty clear that the multiplayer was play to win, and you had to grind for countless hours, if not days, to unlock characters and heroes in multiplayer, which was frankly disgusting. The single player campaign I found was also a bit of a mess that didn't match in with its tie-in prequel novel. All in all, Battlefront 2 at launch was a money-hungry mess. Now in 2020, Battlefront 2 is a different game. We've got some mediocre DLC at first, followed by heaps of free but still grindy DLC. New game modes and heaps of new heroes. For those of you who haven't heard from a heap of hardcore Star Wars fans that keep saying, Battlefront 2 is completely different, I want to tell you, it is.
We need to access the ship's logs, data hub, communication center, whatever we can find first.
What kind of information are we looking for?
At this point, anything that might help the resistance.
If you finish the, in my opinion, confused mess of a story in 2017, I'm sorry to tell you that there's nothing else here for you. We've got some free story DLC that came with the Star Wars The Last Jedi expansion, but that's about it. We do get a tease at the end that there's going to be more story DLC, but we never got it for whatever reason it is. So if you're looking to play Star Wars in 2020 to continue your experience in the campaign, probably stop watching now. Now here's the meat and potatoes. We've got loads of new heroes, all with their own special abilities, a new game mode, some new game maps, and of course, new skins. With Star Wars The Last Jedi, we got Finn and Captain Wasted Opportunity herself, Phasma. We also got a new map reenacting the final Battle of Crate. This DLC, I will admit, wasn't bad. The Crate map was similar to what I wanted for a Hoth map. After this, and due to the popularity of the TV series, we got the Clone Wars DLC. We got the Geonosis Map, which is insane. It is a huge long map that will start with either activating or defending areas from bombs, which is basic enough. From there, clones would drop in walkers and separatists would need to take out the walkers before they got close enough to corner you. This is all in most the basic way to explain it, but it's a pretty damn good map. After that, we got General Grievous, and holy crap, he is a tank character like Vader, but he deals out loads of damage to troopers and can take out a corridor of troopers with his signature windmill attack.
Your screams are like music to my audio receptors.
After that, we got Obi-Wan Kenobi, who is, in my opinion, the best defense hero of the game and probably the best Jedi. We then, of course, got Count Dooku, who excels at taking out other lightsaber heroes, and he is a damn boss.
I urge you to reconsider this course of action.
And then finally, we got the Chosen One himself, Anakin Skywalker, and because he is the Chosen One, he is overpowered as fuck. Recently, we just got BB-8 and BB-9E for Star Wars Battlefront 2 as well in the sequel era, which act as support characters too. So if you're planning on going in headfirst down a corridor with BB-8 or BB-9E, good luck. These characters are used to support and buff your team.
There is a concern that the Republic may have discovered weaknesses in our ship's design.
We got a new game mode called Capital Supremacy. Basically conquest from the OG Battlefront games, followed by the winner of this tug-of-war game mode boarding the enemy's capital ship and trying to destroy it from the inside. Sounds pretty good on paper, right? Well, to be honest, it is pretty good. It started out with only Geonosis, and now the developers have altered some existing maps to fit this game mode in. We've now got Kamino, Kashyyyk, but we're getting some new ones. Rumours are, at least at the time of this video, that Scarif is going to be for the Galactic Civil War. Finally, you hardcore Star Wars 2015 fans are going to be happy that Scarif is coming back. At this time, Capital Supremacy is only available for the Clone Wars era and the sequel era, so you only be able to play as those relevant heroes in these game modes. You will not be able to play as Darth Vader running around on Geonosis in Capital Supremacy. With Capital Supremacy, we got new reinforcements. When released, we got a handful of options to choose from. There were additional heavies in the form of Death Troopers or Wookiees or Super Battle Droids. We also had Jetpack Troopers that to this day can still be a force to be fucking reckoned with. For whatever reason, we got more class reinforcements in Capital Supremacy, and hey, I ain't complaining. For the Clone Wars, we got the Republic Commandos right from, well, one of the best Star Wars games, Republic Commando, and it's great seeing these troopers again. To combat these commandos, the Separatists have got a commando droid. Clones also get the ARC Trooper, which, if you don't know what that is, it's basically Captain Rex. Separatists also got the Roly Boy himself, the Droideka or the Destroyer Droid. We also got some new ones for the Resistance and the First Order, including the new and what the hell did they even do in the movie Sith Troopers, as well as the Jetpack Troopers, cause, you know, they fly now.
Oh, they fly now! They fly now? They fly now!
Pesky flyers!
With so many different styles for these reinforcements, there's literally a playstyle for everyone. If you prefer to sit back and buff players and make a team push, you want the commando reinforcements. If you want to hold the line as a destroyer droid with a personal shield, you'll be able to do that. Hopefully with the Galactic Civil War coming to Capital Supremacy, we'll get the Emperor's Royal Guards. On top of that, yes, we got a lot. We have some form of customization for the clones and droids. If you want to run around and play as a 501st Stormtrooper, you 100% can. You'll either be able to unlock these skins by grinding weeks through the game, or by using premium currency, or by purchasing the Celebration Edition of the game. They've also completely changed the star card system, and warning, this is going to be a rant. Okay, what the hell is up with star cards? Any game that uses cards 90% of the time will use premium currency to buy random loot card booster packs so you don't know what's inside each pack. Instead of using these cards, why don't we just have additional weapons or armor? Here's my idea. Instead of a card that will allow a sniper rifle class to remain invisible on the radar while running around, why not equip the sniper character with a cloak or a cape? So equipping this ability will physically change the look of your character. So if there's an ally or an enemy playing as a sniper running around with a cape on, we know what that ability is. Instead of using a star card for having an explosive turret mode, have the turret on your character's back, and depending on what turret you have equipped, depends on what's on his back. Whoever invented card-like mechanics like this in gaming is the absolute worst. Hell, these mechanics are in COD and in Gears of War, and it's fucking disgusting. Rant over. Anyway, the initial star cards from release that caused many issues have been scrapped. Instead of getting a random loot crate which you use with real money, you'll unlock star cards and upgrade star cards naturally by playing as that class and leveling up that class. Which I will admit is a load better than what we initially got back, and forces players to legitimately work for the upgrades and the abilities they want.
We must defend Theed against the Clankers. We'll make them pay a heavy price for trying to occupy Naboo.
Like in 2015, we now have a co-op mode which can be played with you and 3 friends. This game mode is rinse and repeat with attack and defend stations, and either having to fall back or advance and attack to the next area. I will admit it is not a bad co-op mode, and you and your friends would definitely need to call out enemies and heroes appearing on the battlefield because they can fuck you up. Your AI army in co-op is pretty useless, and the enemy of course will target you any chance they get. It is a trade-off playing against AI rather than playing against humans, as you can hide and trick players, but AI will constantly know where you are and how to shoot you. At the time of this video, co-op uses the same rules and maps of Capital Supremacy, meaning you will only be able to play in the Clone Wars and the sequel era using their respective heroes.
What sort of fire are we fighting this time?
Battlefront 2 has improved in a heap of different ways. Its game modes, its extra heroes, its skin, even its new maps, but somehow it still doesn't feel like a Star Wars game. Now before you start writing angry comments, hear me out. Playing any ground mode in Battlefront 2, you put countless rounds into a battle droid, a clone trooper, or whatever it is you'll be fighting off against. Watching the films or TV shows, we see on multiple occasions that blaster rounds generally kill. In some instances, it's 2 to 3 hits. For example, like when Leia takes a hit outside the shield generator on the forest moon of Endor. But troopers generally go down pretty quick. Yet in Battlefront 2, in some instances you'll be putting 10 rounds or more into an opponent before they drop. Even playing as a hero, this is the same. If you're Han Solo and blast a standard stormtrooper once, he will still be standing, yet on multiple occasions that one blaster bolt is all that is required to take out a stormtrooper. Even with lightsabers, you'll need to slash multiple times to take out a battle droid. I mean, a lightsaber takes multiple slashes to take out a battle droid, which we see in films gets cut in half in an instant. I understand you can't make the heroes too powerful or overpowered, but weapons and lightsaber damage needs to be put up. A couple good rounds of a blaster into Luke Skywalker without him blocking should make him drop to his knees. Obviously, Vader should be able to take more hits, but he also should move a lot slower. My answer to solve this, and it's a crazy idea, a hardcore mode. Just like we get in Call of Duty and Battlefield, but make it first person only unless you're playing as a hero or reinforcement, which by using your battle points are you not only more powerful, but you get to see in third person. Weapons deal a load more damage, coordination, communication is required, and heroes will actually be more of a threat rather than dodging away and sliding away from all forms of combat.
Clear us a path to that Mon Calamari cruiser. We'll make these rebels pay.
Starfighter Assault was, and in my opinion, the best mode of Battlefront 2. Absolutely love the combat, and the classes made sense. Bombers clearly use a Y-Wing or a TIE bomber, fighters are the X-Wings, and so on and so forth. In Battlefront 2015 we even got the damn trench run, and I've been hoping and waiting we'd get more Starfighter DLC, but a different development team worked on this mode, and now they went and did Need for Speed Heat. And that was a great big pile of trash now, wasn't it? I'd love to do an attack on the Death Star too, flying into the Death Star and then escaping it when it's about to explode, or even the battle above Coruscant or Scarif. There are so many great Starfighter moments in the films, and sadly we haven't gotten them. You could even bring back the traditional Battlefront 2 Starfighter modes where we could launch our fighters from our respective capital ships and attack the ship, either using our fighters or blowing it up from the inside. I miss having a group of mates piling into one transport shuttle to attack the home one from the inside while other players would defend our shuttle moving into the home one. Sadly, this mode has been neglected, and I think we'll only see this mode return if we ever get a Battlefront 3. We've got new heroes, some skins, some reinforcements, some new modes, but what we still don't have are new weapons. In 2015 Battlefront, you played as a trooper and you played your way. If you wanted to use a heavy weapon and explosives, you could. If you wanted to use Han Solo's DL-44 blaster as your main weapon and Dioxis grenades, no problem. Battlefront 2 borrowed from the Battlefield series, and while I do understand why they did this, each class only has 4 weapons, and that's it. And 3 out of these 4 weapons can only be upgraded slightly. With the upgraded weapons, I found you rarely go back to using the E11 blaster when playing as a Stormtrooper. E11s should be incredibly powerful, but also have absolutely atrocious accuracy. Back in 2015 Battlefront, any new DLC that was released, we got new weapons we could use. Players could use Bosk's Relby, Lando's X8 blaster, and more. With the new Disney Star Wars films, we should have gotten a ton of new weapons available to use, including weapons from prior to Disney's purchase of Star Wars. To be fair, Battlefront 2 isn't as supported as, say, Destiny or Overwatch.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
If you're looking to play as a hero in Battlefront 2, you've got heaps of options. Compared to 2015's Battlefront, the options are tenfold. But heroes in Battlefront 1 were stronger and more of a force to be reckoned with, and you'll feel like one of those rebels caught in the corridor with Darth Vader. Heroes in Battlefront 2 are still somewhat feared when playing against them, but they're way more squishy than they should be. Now yes, I did just make a point that it takes 2 slashes to take down a battle droid, sometimes even 3, and that blasters aren't powerful enough, but that ain't what I'm meaning. Stamina is used for swinging your saber and deflecting shots. Stamina drops pretty quickly in Battlefront 2 playing as a hero, which I get. If heroes didn't have stamina, they could block every shot. But if I'm playing as Darth Vader, who we've seen do some amazing shit, and if you've read the comics, he does some even more amazing shit and survives, his stamina should drop as slow as James Cameron releases Avatar movies. Troopers will then need to use other means to take out heroes. Use Deoxys grenades, which are not as good as the 2015 version, or shock grenades to immobilize heroes like Vader or Grievous, because they're robotic. Look, these are my opinions, but the heroes just don't feel like their movie counterparts. Longtime players of Battlefront 2 know exactly how to play heroes, and even how they work in the world of Battlefront, and look, that's great. But if you're playing this for the first time and you are lucky enough to get Vader, as a lot of long-time players know how to spam points and immediately take the hero straight away from you, so you'll never get them. But if you are lucky enough to get some hero with a saber, you'd expect people to be running away from you when you're playing as Vader on the field. But you get surrounded and die within 10 seconds.
Very well. Our next and final target is the HP.
Battlefront 2 has come a long way. Capital Supremacy is a great addition to the game, and the introduction of Obi-Wan, Anakin, and even Dooku were a damned welcomed addition. Battlefront 2 has had some great improvements, but there are still some of the gaps left behind from Battlefront in 2015. We need more weapons, we need more starfighter maps, and I would love a hardcore mode. Battlefront 2 shines when playing in first person, but playing in first person online basically means death as it hinders your vision. This is a Star Wars game that's great for getting in a quick couple of rounds before going out to dinner, similar to how Call of Duty works. But it doesn't have quite the sustenance as Overwatch or Rainbow Six Siege, at least not for me. Since 2017, I've been keeping my eye on the DLC and playing it with the updates as well as news, and I even purchased the Celebration Edition of the game because I'm not going to grind for 6 months trying to unlock a skin that I'd like. Battlefront 2 works as a great in-between game. So while you're waiting for Doom Eternal to release, it can be quite fun. What are your thoughts on Battlefront 2? Leave them down in the comments below. I'd love to know what you think in regards to comparing this to the 2015 Battlefront, or something you'd like to see in Battlefront 3 should it actually ever release. If you want more thoughts on gaming, movies, TVs, or comic books, check out the podcast Shaken Not Nerd or Shaken Not Noob. You can find them both under the Shaken Not Nerd podcast feed on your favorite podcasting app. Or for those of you who don't want to do any searching, the links are right below for you. Hi everyone, we hope you enjoyed that video review of Star Wars Battlefront 2 in 2020. Now we normally don't leave these videos at the end of the review, but 2K Games and Bethesda are actually raising money for bushfire support in Australia. The link will be in the description below, and it would mean a lot of us if... It would mean a lot to us if anything you can send through will help. Australia's gone through some pretty horrific bushfires, and now there's even some forms of flooding going around Australia, which isn't great. But anyway, look, the link is in the description below. If you've got any, $1, $2, whatever, anything helps for people suffering from bushfires. So, look guys, links in below. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next week.